Wrestling fans on the corner around the world, we apologize for being a couple minutes late, but it has been worth the wait because Charlie Wilson is here.
Hello.
Charlie! Oh, and on top of that, look who we have with us. Happens to be WWE, WWF legend, the one, the only, the Berzerker, the man who you and I today have created some future magic for wrestling fans on our new talk show, Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday. When John, you and I, we really went old school today.
Yes. Thank you. Us. We're going to have a good time. Let's go, baby.
It's all he knows. Wrestling fans, the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive Endeavor starts in 3, 2, 1, kaboom. We have the link up on the YouTube page if you want to get an autographed original personalized photo from the Berzerker John Nord. Tonight is the night. John, I know our friends at Kowloon are looking forward to hopefully seeing us for a little Chinese food in a little bit. We'll get them a couple of pictures as a thank you.
I like that.
And I know you're here to help with the toy drive.
Yes.
And on top of this, fans, I don't know if we can call this breaking news, Charlie, but on top of what John and I did today and tomorrow, we're trying to navigate John to be back with us a little later in January.
You know, I think I mentioned you talking about that just before we went off on camera, and I think that's a cool idea.
It may have been several times I mentioned.
You know what? I'd love to be back here. As long as I don't see that no-ass Diamond Dallas Page with the stretch face and all that shit. I don't need to see him. He's a punk. I'll slap him up. I had to get that out of my system, you guys. I'm sorry.
Now, John really got fired up about DDP just as we were finishing the last episode.
I've never met the man. I was a big fan of his, so I don't know. I loved his work.
You wanted to feel the bang.
What's this bang shit? What are you hitting a can of tomato juice? Bang!
That's
what the fuck.
All right, wrestling fans, we have a variety of autographed photos that are available now to help the Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. It would be a great help, a great way to honor this man right here, the one, the only, the late, the great Paul Bearer, who we continue to miss. Thank you, Slick Rick B, so much for being with us. Ken, it's been a while since we've seen you. Kevin, welcome. Duster, your name sounds familiar to me, but we're very happy you are here. My brain, I still don't know if I'm in Florida or Massachusetts after all my travel.
Well, I've been meaning to travel because you've been all over the world, basically.
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say all over the world.
Did you go to New York as well?
I did, yes. And one day I was explaining to little Marty Sr., and one day it was like I had breakfast in Boston, lunch in New York City, dinner in Florida, but I didn't have a meal in any of them. So I traveled a lot, though.
The travels of Dan Marty.
Oh, let me tell you. Hopefully it is. Tom, Tom's giving you a big huss.
Hey, you know what, though, honest, this comes from the heart. Paul Bear, what a guy. It's a privilege to do anything for that dude. He was one of the best guys I've ever met, not only in wrestling, but my whole life.
Really? Your whole life?
Yes.
Well,
he had a heart of gold.
He speaks glowingly about the man. I think
you know better than that. You don't even have to tease when it comes to that. I'm just trying to put the information up on the social media. I thought I did this on Twitter earlier. Believe me, folks, these days can be long when we're in studio. Along with these great photos we're going to have live, John is going to help if we have any left over for the toy drive and a couple of the books WWE was nice enough to send along to us to try and help the cause. It's good to have friends once in a blue moon, John. I don't have many.
No, myself included.
Well, you know what? We're kindred spirits, I guess.
Yeah.
But I tell you this, wait until you guys see, beginning this Thursday night at 10 p.m., the great content that John and I have produced. He's going to be back again tomorrow before he heads home. Not the Great White North, because that's Canada, but Northern United States and Minnesota. It's nice to have someone here that is fun, that is well-spoken, outspoken, and not worried about having you fall through a wall or steal money for art drawings.
Right.
So,
however, I would like to slam a guy through a car windshield.
Well, you've already done that once.
Please don't slam him from my windshield.
I've done it twice, but who's counting?
He'll be slammed, but not body slammed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about that 56-year-old woman, John. I don't know if you want to. You were still trying to figure out what was going to be under the hood, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I
Which
started.
woman?
My hands started going down, and
Yeah.
I backed right off. I got scared.
Who is this woman?
It almost sounds like
She was
Halloween.
a girl I met in treatment.
Oh, and she had something
Me and
down below.
Spivey. Yeah, it looked like I called her Barbara Bush because of the bush, but
Now we talking like 70s action or what?
yeah, the beautiful 70s. All of us Minnesota guys, Rude, Enning, Darso, Brady Boone, Mike Hagstrand, Joe Laurinaitis, don't shave it. Keep the bush.
Tom Zank?
Tommy Zink.
I don't think Tom Zank was worried about the bush, though.
Well, everyone's got a bush.
Well, you know what? Yeah,
I'm saying keep the bush.
Well,
Shave it, I'm gone.
you need the bush.
you need grass on the
I
field to
need
play
the
ball.
bush just to be comfy, cozy.
Now, Charlie, you're going to be a little disappointed to find out that we had a very in-depth conversation about Annie the Ass Eater while you were.
Well, before I answer that question, I wanted to mention I got to see some friends of mine from high school on Sunday.
Oh, really?
And one of them,
Really?
and you'll love because it's a nice tie-in, works in the mortuary science field and actually
Oh,
works at a
really?
funeral home. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, my good buddy Chris Ellis.
Chris Ellis?
Christopher Ellis from high school.
Christopher Ellis, hopefully you're with us
Nice.
tonight live.
Works at a funeral home nearby.
I'm going to run another name by you off the air just to see if they happen to know each other. I didn't realize, my gosh, in one of those rare occurrences, usually when we have these shoots, it turns into some kind of mayhem between the airport, the airlines, the flight, and so on and so forth. For maybe the only time, John was very early. The flight landed early. He had an easy time getting out of the airport.
Yep.
And everything was just almost too smooth to the point I wasn't ready because I expected him to at least be, if not late, on
Right.
time.
Right.
And the airlines were actually good for once.
Yeah, JetBlue was early. You gotta love JetBlue. I
You
like
gotta
that
love- you
airline.
gotta.
I do. Never had a problem with them.
Well, and I just, I don't tell me I did what I think I did. I X'd out every window. But fans, hey guys, I would like to ask Mr. Nord if he has any good Wayne Bloom stories. Did he bounce at Grandma B's? Now, keep in mind,
Wow.
Casa,
Grandma B's.
and all of you guys out there, we are trying to raise money for the Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks toy drive. So if you want to ask questions, that's really cool. If you want to hang out with us, that's really cool. We have 8x10 photos available that you can purchase that are really cool. And the super chat button is really cool. But with that said, Casa, with that subtle suggestion, if you'd like to ask that question now, I pass the baton to John Nord.
Yes, sir.
Any memories of old Wayne Bloom? I know we discussed
Wayne
him.
Bloom bouncing at Grandma B's?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There was a lobby where people walked in and out. And
That's a good start.
it was a rough place, but they had the most beautiful strippers there you ever seen in your whole life. And then a bunch of us bounced there. Hagstrand, Hawk, Wayne Bloom, I did. A few guys one guy that got into wrestling, but nobody's ever heard of him, Al Blake. Huge
Al
dude.
Blake.
Huge dude. Anyway.
Bigger than you?
And a few,
Bigger than you?
Well, yeah, in his
Oh, really?
prime, yes. But I'll tell you something. Wayne was a tall, thin guy, but he was strong as hell. He deadlifted 832, which is an American record.
832?
832
Gosh.
is an American record.
That's like
Okay, that's how strong. But he also, him and Hagstrand and Rick Rude could all hit like mules.
Like mules.
Wayne had this guy picking him out of us four because there was like a couple hundred people, so you had to have crowd control. So they picked out the skinny guy. Well, Wayne hit this guy so hard, I thought his face was going to disintegrate. And he went out the door, and of course they called the cops and all that, and got the story. And it wasn't Wayne's fault. We seen it. He attacked Wayne, but yeah, we're not real proud of it. But we were young and crazy and dumb. But that bar was like being in another world. It was so much damn fun. And we were out drinking while we were bouncing. We loved to just pound them. So that's my Wayne Bloom story.
And you got a lot of great Wayne Bloom stories. We talk a lot about him in some of the episodes we've already taped. I'm sure his name is going to come up again. But again, fans, don't forget this Sunday night. I don't even think we have the time yet, old CW over there, but we have our annual Christmas party. Mm-hmm. John Cena Sr. and that Christmas National Lampoon's Christmas Like Vacation piece on the top of his head is going to spread joy to the world as one lucky fan gets their raffle tickets for the Cyber autograph signing. So tonight we've got the autograph photos with John Nord. Sunday we got the Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks mega raffle. I can barely talk at this point, but you know what I was very disappointed about? You know who was going to be joining us tonight, John?
Who?
Phil DiCesaro.
Who's he?
You know, one time I was driving down the road with Brett and Owen and the rest of the Hearts, and they said, you should be an honorary Heart. And I said, no, thanks, Matt, brother. No, thank you.
He taught Stu.
No, he's a fan who lives out in
Worcester.
He's more than a fan.
He's more than a fan.
And he sometimes comes around and he talks like this. He's like, my name is Phil. That's
he's too polite for life.
But don't get me going on the Hearts. I won't stop.
Well, all right. We don't want to upset you.
Well, no, we're not going to upset me, but I will tell the damn truth.
You're going to shoot him.
I'll tell you who's the biggest mark I ever met, and I rode with him, and he was a friend of mine.
Yeah, he
screwed me in the ring.
Who?
Bret Hart is the biggest Jaime I ever met.
The biggest Jaime?
Jaime. Is that a slur?
That's probably something I shouldn't say. But anyway,
you're not going to offend me.
He loved himself. He got in the car and he's like, guess what? I'm going, what? You're gonna give me the belt. I'm going, really? Very proud of you. And I'm like going, oh my God, is this guy stuck on himself? And then here's what pisses me off, and I haven't seen him since. It's been 30 years. I had to do a job for him, and he says, we'll do this, I'll let you do this, and then I'll get you in the sharpshooter. Well, what happened was he yells out, we're out of time. I got to just get you in the sharpshooter. So I didn't get nothing in. And that just pisses me off. And he knows I can kick his ass in real life because he's a little man in a big man's world. But Bret Hart, I got to give it to him. He became super famous, super everything. But I'll tell you something. Please. If you think he's even close to Kurt Hennig, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And another thing, I heard him say, Kurt Hennig, when he died, he's my best friend. He never was your best friend, you liar. I grew up with the guy. Darso grew up with him. Rude grew up with him. You got to be from Minnesota. You just knew him from wrestling for a little while. So it's that kind of shit I can't stand. I'm sorry, you guys.
You're not going to offend. You know, it's your opinion, and you're certainly entitled to that.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
I try to keep it factual.
That was your experience with Brett?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's even Owen came up to me, who I loved to death.
Okay.
Owen. He says, my brother is the biggest mark. I said,
oh, really?
No shit. Sherlock.
Well, Casa de Tumama, their question was, with both their legendary tempers, did Rude and Hawk ever fight each other or almost get into a scrap?
Never.
Never.
Never. But good question. I can tell you this. It would be a damn good fight. Damn good fight.
Do you have a favorite? If you had to pick gun to head, who would you pick on that one?
I'd pick Mike.
Really? Okay.
I'd pick
Okay.
Hawk.
All right.
But you know, there's sleepers. A guy like Wayne Bloom. There's Scotty Norton was one of the greatest football players in a junior college. He could have played pro, but he just never was disciplined. If you know who Scotty Norton is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who wouldn't know Scott Norton?
Okay, well, he was huge in Japan, but you know what I mean. Not here. And he could have easily, I mean, he was a freak of nature, 330, and could run like super fast, and just nobody could block him. And he had it, but he didn't have the workout deal until he hit later in his 30s, you know. Then he was working out and he was disciplined. But you can't get that late. It's got to come early.
Well, you know, it's funny. I don't want to spoil the question to this one, John, but we actually talk a lot about Haku in one of the episodes we taped today. So you guys can look forward to that on Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday. We're trying to get everything rocking, no pun intended, with Marty Jannetty with his late night antics. John has many stories about Marty, but I think we'll save the Haku one.
No. Can I say one thing?
No, let's let them tune in and we'll give them a little teaser. They want to know what you think about Haku. They'll find out this Thursday.
You're killing me.
I don't want to kill you, John.
Okay.
I think we're all killing each other somehow every day.
You're killing me softly with your song.
Do you think Phil knows that one?
Thank you, Lauren Hill.
Huh? Do you think Phil knows that one?
Killing me softly with his song.
What about Lynn?
I tell you this, I was there when he received his Cauliflower Alley Club award, and he did quite good with his book.
He did quite good. I read it.
I've never read his book.
Was Lynn?
I was in the charity. He put me on a big picture. I was really happy. Made me feel good.
Well, hopefully you'll feel the same way.
I don't want
about
to
being
feel
here.
good about these days, unless maybe I knock some guy out or something.
Well,
no, I'm joking. Come on.
I hope it's not me, ladies and gentlemen.
Lighten up, folks.
My worry is,
I love you guys,
John. I know you're still, you're not a kid anymore, but you're still a very physically impressive human being.
Yeah, but
you still, when you showed up here today, were you a little nervous when you saw John C. Manicus Riley at the front door?
Was I?
Well, I'm asking you.
I almost shit my pants.
Were you ready to get back in the car and go back to Minnesota?
I almost just grabbed a flight home and said, to hell with it. I can't get by that guy.
I just want to say now.
All right, go ahead, Charlie, please.
For the folks at home, just to put into perspective how big this man is, I'm 5'7", 170 pounds, and this man is just a giant compared to me. I feel like a small Keebler elf right now.
No, you're not. You're like 5'7" and 1/4.
I'm like 5'7" and a half, according to my doctor.
Well, John, he doesn't know it yet, but my plan is to remove myself from these broadcasts, and he will do them sooner than later.
Just wait till I talk about Haku.
Thursday night at 10, baby. The party with Marty.
Party with Marty.
I can wait.
Show,
I can wait.
I'm just so tired. I have to say, I had an adventure out of this world in Florida. When I was in Orlando down at the pool, I believe John and I we were speaking when I was at the pool, I think. Saturday night, was I not?
Yes.
Yes, we were. All right. Okay. All right. I didn't completely lose my mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you take a break for a
Please.
second. I'll ask a couple questions from the chat just so you can relax
Help
for a
me
second.
catch up, brother.
All right. Ken, terminated by DQ, wants to know, do you like Shawn Michaels? I heard he was tough to deal with.
Do I like Shawn Michaels?
Thoughts on him?
Now he turned into a really good guy.
What about in the
But
day?
when I first met him in 1985 at Mid-South, we were both at the Days Inn hoping to get a room. Neither of us had $1 on us, okay? And we worked that night, made some money, and Sean then was a self-centered little shit. And it was fun pounding on him in Mid-South. And then I got to hand it to Sean. The guy absolutely went for year after year after year, and he was just super successful. You got to remember, he's got a smaller body, and he can do things that bigger guys can't do. Smaller guys last long, like Bret Hart, like Shawn Michaels, and on and on. But Shawn Michaels is for Shawn Michaels. That's what would piss me off.
And I think to his credit, due to his, I don't know if second coming in life with religion paid a.
Oh, he's a born-again Christian. He's wonderful.
And I have no idea what I'm saying.
Just calm down, look pretty, and sit there.
Well, let's say our good friend Casa D to Mama, Mr. Nord, obviously northern Minneapolis,
Obviously, North Minneapolis produced great, tough, unusually large Nordic men. Do you feel your hometown has any future big guys? Do you think, did you see anyone in Minnesota coming up that's like, that guy could be in wrestling, big guy?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a guy that's going to take over wrestling.
Who's
and
that?
his name is Gable Stevenson.
Gable
he won
Stevenson.
A gold
Okay.
medal,
The
and
Olympian.
he's heavyweight at the U.
Mm.
Me and my son actually trained him when he was in little kids wrestling.
He's from Minnesota?
He's from Minnesota.
Okay, I know that.
My son was a heavyweight at the U, and he's a coach at Columbia University, and he helped train Gable. And then after he got past high school, he didn't help him. He lost touch with him. But you talk about a guy who could beat anybody, hands down. Gable Stevenson has lost once in 12 years.
And John says potentially WrestleMania main event worthy.
Absolutely. Listen, they signed him. They got the money. I think if they give him a mentor and keep his head screwed on, he's going to own the WWE. First of all, nobody's going to be able to take him. Not Brock Lesnar, who I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan because he was a national champ and he fought in MAA or whatever.
UFC, yep.
UFC. But listen, this kid can do backflips. He can do stuff that normal big guys can't do.
He's young, too.
He's
Very
6'2" and a half, 250, whatever. But watch this guy take over. Nobody's going to be able to touch him if he stays healthy.
And I just want to say about one thing about him. He looks like a man. He's
Yes.
a young guy, but when you talk about wrestling, a lot of guys look like kids. He looks like a man. I look at him like that looks like a grown man.
Yeah.
John, I know we haven't had a chance to talk about it, John, and I don't know if Charlie, if you have with us either, but now that collegiate athletes have a chance to kind of monetize themselves a little bit, WWE has gone the next step with this new Next in Line program where they have athletes coming in from college football and other.
Unbelievable.
And I think that only helps the cause. As we mentioned, I remember we talked about it on one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But with Jerry Briscoe, him and I talked about what happened to all the big guys.
Right.
Now WWE is going out after both men and women that have excelled in collegiate programs.
Right.
Gable Stevenson obviously is a horse of a different color. But just to be able to find these big, monstrous college football players, maybe they're not going to go to the NFL, but if they could make a nice living in the world of WWE, as opposed to trying to find little 5'6" guys on wrestling independent shows, they're going after real deal athletes outside of pro wrestling.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I actually never even thought about it because most of the day I don't think of anything.
Well.
I just stare at the wall. But anyways, very true. I wish that these heavyweight wrestlers, who are the baddest dudes on the planet usually, or 198. I was telling Dano about a guy who's the head coach for Penn State. Now, Division I wrestling are the baddest dudes on the planet, okay? College. Wrestling, not MMA.
Not MMA?
MMA, yeah.
Okay, not that. But college wrestling, I mean, these guys are bigger, thicker. They all look like bodybuilders. They're totally ass-kicking some bitches. And the guy for Penn State, I asked, who's the greatest of all time collegiately? And it's a guy named Cal Sanderson. His record at Iowa State was 159-0.
That's better than like Danny Hodge, isn't it?
It's better than Danny Hodge, better than Dan Gable.
Yeah.
He stumped me because I didn't know the answer. I thought he was going to go with Hodge. But
You
fooled me, John.
And Danny Hodge was like the most dangerous man in the world back before that title was around. He was this
wow.
guy.
And you know
Danny Hodge was. I see. He stopped by the locker room, and I said in Shreveport, and I says, "Hey, I heard you could break up pliers. I think it's bullshit." And I am laughing. You know, I was just joking around. He says, "Go get one." So I went and got one.
A set of pliers?
A set of pliers.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I said, "Okay, here you go. I heard you can break them." He took them, he did it, and he broke the fucker.
I think Phil taught him how to do it.
Who?
Phil DiCesaro.
Oh, Phil?
Yeah.
You know, I just want to
Filthy Phil?
yeah, that's what he
I
could
don't know
be.
about that, but
You know, I just want to say, Dan,
Yes.
about that program. I think it's a twofold thing because I think it's great to see legitimate athletes in wrestling, but there's things about wrestling that you can't showcase with just athletic ability, talking, conveying emotion, getting your
Right.
character across. But as a smaller fan, I could tell you that when I see a guy in the ring and I think I could beat him up, that's not good. But I like to see a smaller guy because I can relate to him. But if it's all smaller
Sure.
guys, no one sticks out. If it's all bigger guys, no one sticks out. But if I see a big guy, I'm like, wow, I don't see that motherfucker walking around.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I think
you don't
that
ever see a guy like that.
I think it's
walking
cool to see a 5'7" guy and then a 6 foot guy, then a 6'6" guy. Because
around. It is cool.
Varies,
You're
you know?
right. I know what you're saying.
you know.
It's really cool. But here's what's coming. You got other, especially heavyweights. You got 198 pounders too that are badasses. I'll tell you else who nobody talks about, but his body kind of went to hell. And you got to remember how great he was. Is Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Machine.
freak of nature, amateur wrestler beyond belief. Gold medalist.
Yeah.
Got to talk about it if you're a gold medalist. You know, come on.
That's about as rare of a breed as they come, although you really don't have a lot of, and we're going to talk about why on some of our upcoming episodes, but you didn't really have a great respect for Sheiky babies.
Sheik?
Yeah,
What?
Berzerker.
Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik?
Yeah, you got a little hot under the
I
collar.
can't stand him. He's a pussy.
Well,
I don't care how good a wrestler he was when he's young. You got to be able to take a punch.
Billy Robinson broke his leg.
Well, there you go.
Now, did you deal, with Billy Robinson? Did you come across him early on?
I wrestled Billy
Was he stiff?
twice.
Stiff?
No, he was easy to beat. But it was funny because his knuckles and his hands were all like crooked from wrestling.
Almost like bird seed.
Yeah, they were just crooked, and it looked really funny, And back then we were such smart asses when we were young. And Henning goes, look at his hands when he gives you the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Just look at his hands. I go, okay, I don't know why. You'll just look at him. So Billy puts him up there, and Billy's got one eye that goes this way. He's like this, and all his hands are like this, and I look up and I go, It's the kind of shit you laughed at back then.
Think of what we were laughing about earlier.
Oh God.
I mean, what we consider to be normal and part of our routine, most people in normal life would probably pass out if they heard these stories.
Oh,
And those
I
are the
know.
ones we can share on the air. Never mind the good ones that we have to kayfabe or
know.
protect the
I
innocent sometimes. Now, we were
I
talking
know.
about another one of your friends, Charlie. I don't know if we mentioned it, but Annie came
Annie
up.
and I do not know each other, nor will I ever want to know Annie.
Well,
Which,
John,
no offense,
John knew Annie.
John, you knew Annie.
I know Annie quite well.
Now, how well?
I don't know her that well,
Yeah.
like that. But she does, every time I see her, make me an offer
Really?
that I can refuse. You know?
Baby.
She is. But,
It's almost like two words, baby.
Like Adam
Yeah.
Cole, baby.
yeah,
No,
yeah. I
Annie's-
tell the Kurt Hennig story about her too. He was the first one, but I won't do it on the air.
Kurt Hennig was the first one?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Well,
Barry
see,
Windham.
Yeah, I think, John, I actually forgot to mention that. I think her days went all the way back to a mid-'80s Barry Windham, unless you're talking about
Well,
when Kurt Hennig around was the early
Kurt
80s.
knew her in mid-'80s too, so I don't know.
Well, he did have that run before he was Mr. Perfect.
Yes, that's
Well-
what I'm saying. And then that's when she said, I bet you I can get the whole thing in my mouth.
Now, is she talking about his ass?
No.
All right. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Well, if it would have been, I don't even want to know if I want to go there. 'cause
Yeah, we're going places.
yeah, I don't really know if I want to go
Can
to
we
Mr. Perfect
retreat?
penis.
Let's retreat.
Yeah.
Well, if Annie ever saw this show, I'd love to know her reaction. But anyway,
Annie, wherever you are,
it is. Look at all the fans popping in. Some new
someone
friends.
get a hold of Annie.
Guys, we've got 8x10s available this Sunday
yeah.
night. We're going to be live with our Christmas party. Can we say the C word on this show? I don't know.
No, Christmas is fine.
We can get
Actually, do
away
they
with
have
it?
links to the 8x10s where they can see which one they're going to get?
You know what? If they go to the blue bar at the top of the
yep, right
screen,
top. Okay.
they should be able to find
Now,
it
what
there.
camera am I looking at? This
Right in the
one?
middle, right there.
Right there.
Right with the
That's
red-
what I
red
thought.
light.
But over there, I thought, okay. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it is. Like I said,
Um,
fans, we were disappointed we couldn't have John with us. He had such a crazy time going on in his life at that point, which we discuss on some of the upcoming episodes. But
Mm.
we're so happy to have him with us now.
Sorry, you guys.
It's
No,
fine.
you know
Sorry.
what? We're think of the fun
I
we're going to have.
apologize.
Think of the fun we're going to have April 16th.
We're gonna rock. We're
You,
gonna
Bill
rock.
Eady, Barry Dasso, Jake,
Yep.
and more to be
Oh
to be
my
announced.
God, what a crew!
Will I continue to look like a light blue Christmas tree?
Oh my
I
God!
don't even know if you're
Jake-
going to be breathing by that
Jake
point. With all
and
this,
Darso
all this shit.
alone.
It might be me running the show that day.
Yes. Well, the chairman was here this afternoon with
Neil
the
Manolian?
horrible stills. Yeah, he had to do a run in this afternoon while John and I were in mid-conversation, and then
Who did?
I don't even know if you noticed when he came in, he started dancing, and I thought,
Did he?
yeah, I thought
What
he
is
was
he?
going
Some kind of homo?
well, he might be, but
Here's a question.
Hey, you
Berserker.
fucking homo! Get over
Berserker
here.
versus Warlord. Did you ever wrestle Warlord?
Yes, it was one of the worst matches ever in the history of wrestling.
Why is that? Because you guys.
Because that fucker don't know how to wrestle. He just stands there and fucking pumps up his tits.
Casa de
I gotta take my meds, you guys.
John, what do you got?
Well, it's nothing good. I
Oh,
just
all
gotta take my meds.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe you could switch the
Acetaminophen?
camera to the hard shot.
No,
Again,
it's
fans, remember,
Lyrica.
we're here for the Paul
Okay.
Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. Casa has been a huge help thus
Ibuprofen.
far. If you
Okay.
want us to get your question in with John, if you want an
Ambien.
autograph photo,
Okay.
now is the
That's
chance to
received.
get it done.
Ambien help you
John
sleep,
C.,
yeah.
what is the matter?
What
There
are
really
you
isn't one.
doing, JC?
Ibzan, how are you, my friend? How
Try
did
to
you
help out the cause. No, you don't help with
not
Java.
cause Roe Vaziri?
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of
He's
you.
proud? You're proud?
I'm proud of you, kid.
You're proud of John
I gotta
C.?
take my meds or I flip out.
Well, we don't want. Don't say
Yeah,
that to mine.
I like to throw it down with a real sharp whiskey.
What about, for the time being, what about a nice iced tea, another Ronnie Palmer, or a little cold spring
How
water,
about
or a Sprite?
anything with
That's about all we
caffeine.
got.
Hey, you got a Sprite?
Could you get Mr. Nord a Sprite, John C? Ice
Thanks,
cold.
John C. You're gonna make some girl very happy someday.
John C. Manicus Riley has been a bigger help than many that we've ever had. He's a great help to us here in the studio, John. I'm disappointed Phil isn't here.
Well, you know what, Phil? I know Phil and I have a date in January here.
When John returns.
When John returns.
And this Sunday Night Live for the
Am I
Christmas
looking
party.
forward to meeting Phil?
Yes, you will.
I think you'll like Phil.
All right, this man has asked this question 3 times. I'm going to answer it. Did Rick Rude knock out both of the Steiner brothers at the same time? I'd never heard this.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think
Rick Rude could hit hard, but he had no legs and he couldn't wrestle. So he tried Ultimate Fighting and he got his ass kicked. But Rick was a tough dude. But absolutely no. Thank you. Absolutely no, he never knocked out the Steiner brothers.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
Never mind both at the same time, even one.
Well, you ain't gonna do one. But the story there is they used to get them to challenge arm wrestle guys in the bar, and Rick is one of the best arm wrestlers in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think he took first.
I thought Norton was the best, no?
No, Norton was by far the best.
Oh, Norton,
but
okay.
in another weight class.
I got it. Oh, it goes by weight class? I didn't even know
Norton's
that.
the best in the world.
Yes, that was Rick B. That was John C. with the handoff. Casa D to Mama. Dan, would I ever interview Nails? I would love to interview Nails if he ever wanted to leave the home.
Nails called me a year ago. I can get a hold of him, but I got to drive over to his house. I'm one of the few guys that even knows where he lives.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you know how to get a hold of him, we'd love to have him out. Have it like a Minnesota reunion. Have Barry come in.
Well, Nails don't. He's a different breed. He don't come just for any. It ain't necessarily about the money. It's about the money and the timing. And
now, what do you mean by the timing? Out of curiosity,
the timing means he hasn't put together his Dodge truck together, in the snow again.
Oh, he's just a busy guy.
He's busy as hell, and he's about Dodge. His gig is Dodge 4-wheel drive trucks. That's all he does.
So if you buy him a Dodge 4-wheel drive truck, he'll come out here.
So we need to get him a truck, I guess is the.
So Quincy's motorcycle
yeah, and he likes the old
fund is going to be used for the Nails truck fund.
and he's old beaters,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he loves the old beaters.
All right.
And he makes them running good. He's a mechanic, but he Nails like us all. He got old and he looks a lot different than he used to. But I know Kevin very, very well. I was there when he beat the shit out of Vince. And
we don't want to give away too many. Please,
I got a great story on that, you guys.
Well, you got to wait till the timeline continues. We're still in 91.
You and your timeline.
Yeah, isn't he awful? He's a little prick sometimes.
That timeline will.
Who, me?
Yeah, you little goon with your stupid shirt.
Like I'm 2 days. Like I'm 2 days away from the story, and he won't let me do it because.
But before we continue, I'll take a cheap shot. But this is
you give cheap shots all day.
But this is for the toy drive. I would not wear this out in public.
Yes, you would.
Have you ever seen me dress up as a fucking Christmas tree?
You guys,
toy drive of the year.
You guys, we have to do the. You guys, we have to do the toy drive. We got to whole focus there on the toy drive, and that, folks, please
listen.
Help the toy drive.
Dan, I'll do this. I'll ask a leading question for Thursday. What
do we got?
Well, here's the question: was Nails right to assault Vince? Was he in the right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right then.
And I'd like to tell his story, but I ain't gonna, because
Well, just
Big
think of all the
Dan
great
says,
stuff we talked about this week. I mean,
We
your
talked about
debut coming into the World Wrestling Federation in 1991. We talked about how you were the protege to Bruiser Brody. We talk about some of the toughest men in wrestling. We talk about Annie the Ass Eater. We talked about Nord family Christmases. We talked about
I
how
know.
Tony Atlas
And I
joined.
cut a lot of guys down. I told them they were pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Pussies. That I don't know if I feel good or bad about it, but guess what? I don't lie on this shit.
John talked about how Tony Atlas turned him into a napkin in North Carolina.
He turned him into a napkin?
Into a napkin, yes. They were having breakfast, and Tony had, as I've been a victim of over the years, debris came out of the mouth.
Yeah. Little bacon bits, fucking sausage, eggs. And he was spitting. I was ducking. Finally, Darcel showed up, and Darcel goes, well, that's my chair. And he goes, hey, man, I'm trying to talk to him. I said, get the fuck up. Oh, I was pissed. What a pussy. No, really. That's so fucking wrong.
Can I ask you, did you like most of the, because I've been hearing you bury people, did you like most of the wrestlers you were with, or did you dislike most of the wrestlers you were with?
I love the guys from Minnesota, but there's a lot of guys that I dislike because here's an example. I was in the what's that later one in the late 90s, WCW.
WCW.
Yeah. Well, fucking Bischoff, who's from Minnesota, turned fucking Nash, Hall, and
Hogan?
No,
He
not
liked
Hogan.
Hall.
He was cool. Nash, Hall, especially them three, into just monsters. They treated the whole locker room like shit because they knew they could do anything they want.
X-Pac?
And he was okay.
Okay.
He was from Minnesota.
He was a Minnesota. Well,
That's
Florida,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So anyways, so these three fucking guys, and they just turned into assholes. They treated people like shit. Now that they're no longer in there, boy, you see fucking, I seen Kevin Nash at a show a week ago or whatever. Boy, he was sure quiet. And he didn't even want to look up at me because I would have took the fucking table and threw it at him.
How do you really feel, John?
Well, no, it sounds like I'm an angry fucker, but I'm telling you, I hate injustice.
Well, what were they doing to people?
They just treated them like shit.
Okay, all right.
And they bogarted all the pills.
What is, BTV. Thank you, BTV, for the $2. Dusty Muffler story. What is the Dusty Muffler story?
You don't know. You want me to tell it?
I think BTV deserves it. He BT going.
Okay, come on. Here we go. He deserves it. Okay, here's
on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe give him maybe like a 7 or an 8 version of it. We'll save the full story.
Okay, here it is. It's there. I'm leaving out a part, but here it is. We're at the Rosemont Horizon Wrestling, and now it's the Allstate Center north of Chicago. In the locker room, Larry Henning, Andre the Giant. I had my New Jersey Generals football jersey on. I just started a month ago. And Dusty Rhodes and a couple of Jerry Blackwell.
What year is this?
This is 84.
Okay.
And anyways, these guys are walking around and I look and they're taking toilet paper and they're putting it around their hand like this. They're sliding it off their fingers and they're putting it up their ass. I mean, up.
How high are we
And I'm like this. And Dusty comes walking up, he had that birthmark right here. And he come walking up and said, hey, Big Johnny, baby, what's the finish tonight? I said, I'm supposed to give you a plow driver and turn you over 1, 2, 3. That's what Vern wants. So.
On Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, Vern Gagne was my father-in-law's best friend. So it started out good, but then it kind of went to shit because he's seen what a maniac I was. And this is a true story. This one is an old story.
So you're gonna beat Dusty clean in the Allstate Arena?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
But
good.
here's the thing is, well, I'll wait till I have to start. Anyways, so all these guys, and I'm just going, and they go, hey, Big Johnny. They had a great name for it. They call it their muffler. And he goes, hey, Big Johnny, you got your muffler in? And I says, no, I don't think I need one of them. And he goes, okay, baby. So we go in the wrestling ring. We're doing the match. I'm green, so I'm really nervous, but we're finally, it's time to go home. I get Dusty in a pile driver, and I had never done one before. So I tried once, he didn't go up. I couldn't get my arms around him, tried twice, couldn't get him up. Finally, the third time, I just took this arm and grabbed his ass cheek as hard as I could. And I heard him go, ow! And I pulled him up, straight up, and I pulled his ass cheek to the side, and his muffler fell out in the ring.
His muffler.
The toilet paper
Yeah,
they put
yeah.
in their ass so they don't shit themselves. I know, I wear one now.
Oh wow.
That's
So
so
this
they
was
don't
Dusty?
shit. So I look down,
Oh, wait.
and the muffler is all red and nasty and shit.
Oh.
He lost
Dusty's
that-
muffler.
He lost his muffler. And I went,
Now, wasn't he a little young for a muffler? Or?
well, 84. Yeah, he was. But see, it's the weight. If you're heavy, you need a muffler.
Well,
Otherwise-
believe it or not, I've never utilized one.
Well, fuck you will. It's going to start. General seepage will start.
Seepage.
General.
You ever have any seepage?
No. John C., have you ever had any seepage? All right. Thank you, John.
Yeah,
No, I
what the hell's wrong with you guys? But
A lot.
anyways, I have. Anyways, so I looked down, and then I started doing this.
You were gagging at this seepage.
Yeah, and then right before I pile drived him, I heard him down there go, Big Johnny, my muffler fell out. So, boom, I turn him over, and we're both on the mat like this.
It was really that
We're
discouraging.
laughing so damn hard. And I don't know, and I want to say, I don't want to know if I say for sure, because it was Dusty Rhodes. Dusty's a legend, right?
Mhm.
But I was green. But you got to remember, Vern Gagne was my boss, and if I might have this wrong. It's been 40 fucking years. It might have been a dark match. It wasn't TV, but I thought I heard him say something about a dark match. I was really green. I mean, I had my football jersey on. I was all buff and all that shit. All I know is now you know what a muffler is, and you should have known about it a long time ago, because you're going to need
I
one.
insult. Oh, you're talking to
To me?
Well, he may
I'm
be,
talking to both you
All right.
punks.
but not John C. He's too young.
I'm too young for a muffler. I'm too young.
You
for-
might have some seepage come out.
I'm good on seepage. Trust me. I know about my
You think
seepage.
Phil knows anything about seepage?
How do you know?
Well,
Sometimes you put your own fingers up your asshole. You might
Well,
stretch it out.
I
Might-
have not gone that route for enjoyment or in other aspects of life. but
Dan,
I do have breaking news.
Oh God.
There is an email from
You think
from
somebody-
Captain Lou Data.
Oh God, please.
Should we read it to the fans at home or no?
I don't know.
I
Who
need
is
the-
this? Some dude?
You got to hear about this sack of shit.
You know what? I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
Lou Data.
Read
why
it.
are you coming
As
down
part
for?
of our Paul Bearer Holiday
You
Headlocks
get here from
toy
there?
drive, we were headed down to Tampa. The two helpers we had.
I
canceled-
hope everybody respects Paul Bear. Anybody that says anything bad about him, I'm getting up.
Well, I want to hear your response to once I tell you the story. What
Okay.
he says.
I'm listening.
After they said they wanted the experience, we had 3 plane tickets. We rented a home for the week. We had talents like yourself lined up in Tampa to do these great interviews. Then 8 days before we were set to leave, they took a match. Boom. the money went up in flames. So we didn't
The
take
money?
anything. They didn't physically burn the money, but they canceled the whole thing. The house we couldn't get a refund on, and then the plane tickets.
God.
So this
what
one-
kind was it? That ALS housing? No, where you
AML.
rent it?
What? No, it wasn't that. So this one says, I will pay the flight ticket, but first I need you to take down the YouTube video and the negative tweets and posts mentioning me and my company's name. I would expect going forward you do not mention me or my business negatively in any content you post
Oh, God.
or try to hinder me from using the studio. Thanks,
What a
Opal, as well.
loser.
AML. You know what I say to that?
Hold on. Before you say anything, remember this. Decisions in anger cannot be reversed. So I want you to sit there for a second and let it stew.
Breathe easy.
And
And you're like me, and I needed to hear it too.
And you don't say anything to him because I know you like to literally
who
serve
you
him a
look like?
drink. Literally. What's that?
You look like a movie star. You
Oh,
look like
wow.
no.
Thank you.
You know
His
who
name
you
is
look like?
Jack Black?
No.
Ah.
You look like an old
Man,
guy.
what do you
You ever
think?
see
Do you
Rooster
think that's a
Cogburn?
little absurd?
No, that's way before. my time.
Okay, I gotta show you the guy. You look exactly
two
like him. He was in
conversations.
Papillon,
Mhm.
the original,
Mhm.
and he was a real character actor. But you
Oh,
look just like
okay.
him.
You know, I think he looks like Joe Don Baker. Do you know who that is?
Well, of course I do. I'm a fucking
Joe Dunn.
machine.
I've heard the name. I've heard it.
Joe John Baker was Walking Tall, the very first
Oh,
one.
okay. So what I'm going to say to you, Mr. Marty,
Yes,
is this.
please.
Sit on that email, and you and I will talk about it at
You're
a later
right, he
time
does.
tonight.
I can't even respond at this
As brand
point.
ambassador, I want to talk to you one-on-one before you make a decision because I'm going to give you some helpful tips on navigating the waters of Captain Lou.
So you say I should say nothing right now.
Say nothing right now. Let it
The
sit for a
fans are
moment.
going to be amazed. Fans, you know what? How about this? I am actually going to say nothing for now,
Mhm.
but I want to know what you think. Should we let them off the hook, line, and sinker 100% for one plane ticket out of 3? Never mind a home that went down the drain and all the talents that got pissed on that thought that they were going to be getting a booking and helping a toy drive. Should we just let that go?
Whoa.
I wanna know what you
wait,
think.
Wait, that's fine. I know what you did there. You pulled a Mark Anthony and Julius Caesar's death. You
What do you
know,
mean?
well, when Julius Caesar got killed, Mark Anthony was like, "Oh, I'll go out there and just talk some good things about Caesar." And he went out to the people and said, "Hey, Caesar was a pretty good guy. It sucks he got killed the way he did, but that's not a big deal, right?" And then people got angry. So I know exactly.
You're right. I like that.
Yeah, see, so I know what you're trying to do, Mr. Marty, leading people with
I
your
am
words.
asking our friends at home what they think. I know someone like Rick B is a very smart man. I'm sure he has some insight.
Captain Lou fucked you over.
Yes.
Captain, we can't. He fucked you
Who?
over.
Lou Albano?
No.
Captain Lou Data.
Captain.
Oh, Lou
uh,
Albano's
uh,
still
He
alive.
fucked you
No,
over.
Captain Lou is gone. But he has his
Bye,
his
Captain
teeth
Lou.
look like bird seed.
Oh.
Do they?
Yeah.
Kurt Hennings looked like fucking little sunflower seeds
Well,
Before he
maybe
got
they
him
would have been
fixed.
friends then.
before he got him fixed.
I think Kurt Hennig would have taken a better chop than Lou Data. But I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, his wife's dad was a dentist, so he had a little insight.
All right. Well,
Someone
I
wrote,
know,
by the way, I look like Jack Black on a diet. Thank you, Polar Bear.
Yeah, you do a little bit.
I
I'm
almost
trying
look
to
like
lose
a
more
polar
weight.
bear
I'm
with
trying
the
to get
shirt on.
lean.
Why?
I want to look like Rude. I want to get abs.
You ain't gonna look like
I
Rude.
can't. He was 6'3"
He's
and
giving
lean.
me
I don't have that
conditions
leanness.
after I
Well,
got fucked.
Rick had legs this big too. You
Yeah.
gotta remember,
Yeah.
if you don't have the legs, the upper body don't count in the big arms and the punch because you're gonna get out wrestled, taken down, then get punched in the face.
Thank God for lawn tights. If he wore trunks, no one would have wanted to book him.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He would have been doing gay porn in the 80s instead of pro wrestling at that point,
Mhm.
you know?
Ryan, you're a smart man, brother. Phil, Rick, I'm sorry. If you can read that, you're welcome to include Ryan's comment.
You
Yes.
know, Rick Rude
I
in
will
high
tell you
school.
I am never trying to fuck with Mr. Nord. Is what he just said.
Oh, what?
I don't think
He said, I will tell you I am never trying to fuck with Mr. Nord.
Is that what he said?
He's a smart man.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Because all I want to do all day long is fuck people up.
Well, hopefully not a Kowloon either.
No, I'm just joking.
You know,
But guess what?
Well, I do
You can
too.
talk about all these fucking tough guys. First of all, I'm 112-0 in bar fights. Okay? Doesn't that mean anything?
Let me ask you this: who had the toughest bar fights? Was it in Minnesota?
Probably Phil.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fuck, we were maniacs.
Tougher than Louisiana?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really? They didn't
Oh,
fight
yeah.
well in Louisiana? They
You know why? We're all on the gas.
Yep.
And we're all training hard. And we're all punching as hard as we could.
Yeah.
One night down in Fairy Day, Louisiana, Steve Williams and Jim Duggan got in this big fight. And Fairy Day, Louisiana is where Jimmy Swaggart and Jerry Lee Lewis are from. You know?
Fairy Day?
Fairy Day, both of them. Yeah, so it's kind of a famous town. But they got into a big bar fight and both got thrown in jail and all that.
Should happen to John C. Riley over at the rug shop when Jackie thought he was going to get his job back. They had a brawl on the rug.
These are some Melrose
It was
politics.
almost like
that
Aladdin.
Oh, gosh.
All right, wrestling fans. Again, we are running out of time. Come on, guys. Get some photos. Help the toy drive.
Actually, no, I have one question
All
for
right.
Mr. Norman. You were in Mid-South. Let me ask you, do you have any thoughts on Terry Taylor?
Terry Taylor, I have some thoughts on Terry Taylor.
Two of my favorites.
I thought he was queer at first.
Really?
but no, Terry Taylor was a hell of a worker, and he was always really a nice guy. He still is. And the guy, it was a big deal. Win a date with Terry Taylor, if you remember.
It was a contest.
Yeah,
In Mid-South, I think.
in
Jim.
Mid-South. Win
Really?
a date with Terry Taylor.
We had win a date with the Jackal, and it wasn't as popular.
And Terry Taylor could work like a son of a gun,
Mhm.
and I couldn't, but I was Jake Roberts' partner. So every time I wrestled Terry, I would just like maul him because I didn't know what else to do.
He was so much bigger.
And
Yeah.
he's a smaller guy.
Well, yeah, but I like Terry. I like him. He what's his real name? Paul?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like him, though. And to me, he was
Yeah,
always
you know why?
very,
'Cause
very fair.
he's got
very-
he got an arrogance about him, but it's not like what you think. Yeah. You got to know him for more than 10 minutes.
That's what I was just going to say. You have to get to know him a little bit. But I haven't really interacted with him in his WWE days, but from when he was head of talent relations.
You know what? When
with
they made
TNA
him the
Impact,
fucking rooster,
well,
that was the end of the line
they
for
gave him
him.
a little swank.
Yeah, swank. I'll tell you what, that red rooster, that was the worst thing I ever seen. And it was the meanest thing I ever seen. That was making fun. Here, go make an ass out of yourself and be a fucking no good fucking loser. And he's a good guy and he can work better than most every guy on the card.
Yeah.
And he's a decent guy.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling Dan, Charlie, earlier, listen to me.
Tell him, brother.
They'll fucking hire a derelict, no good, rotten son of a bitch with one eye up here, the other eye down here, and just a rotten, no good son of a bitch. They'll give him a contract. They'll give him money. They'll fucking pay him. They'll give him a high spot. They'll give him everything. You get a nice, respectable guy that fucking comes in and says, yes, sir, thank you, sir. They treat him like shit. That's why I'm saying here was the problem. Another problem is the fucking Louis and Pat. I mean, you know, they were queers, and Mel the toe sucker, and Vince was weird, but he wasn't gay, I don't think. And,
bisexual, maybe?
nah, maybe.
Who?
I know, maybe if you walk barefoot, he might ask if he could suck your toes or something.
Who are you talking about?
Vince.
Oh, I don't know anything
McMannequin.
about feet. with
But
him.
anyways, here's my point. These weird fuckers like that, right? Now, those are your bosses.
Yeah.
So if those are your bosses, how the fuck do you think it's going to go? That's fucking nuts. Let me see, honey. Hey, honey, how's it work today? Well, it's good. One guy fucked another guy in the ass in the bath. and then the other guy sucked the guy's toe, and then another guy whacked off and could suck his own dick, and on and on and on. And otherwise, it was good, honey. It's good to be home. What's for dinner? Meatloaf?
Nothing wrong out there for men who like having sex with other men. This is what
Rick
the
B, I'm sorry. What was the question? Can you type it, buddy? We've really off track on this one, but that's what makes it so much fun. Oh, what did Chris say? Every time I come to this channel, it's like some quasi-drunk dude. Oh, come on now. From the late 80s, early 90s, WWF going off on how gay everyone, but they are in the business. Ibzan, retype your question, buddy. I want to get it
guy to be in.
We're running out of time. We're hungry men. We've taped all day. We're going to tape again tomorrow before John goes back to, well, we're planning on our big Minnesota trip. Me, you, and Barry Dasso going to the Twins game.
We are.
I don't know if Charlie,
we're going to a Twins game. We're going to, and maybe the Twins opener. But I'll tell you, you guys.
They're going to yell at something like, who are those
Percy,
small child over there in the stands?
Percy was a hell of a guy.
He was. He was. Tell him.
So
what?
What a great guy he was.
So, I was going to say, I said
Percy was one of the best guys I ever met.
I know. Tell him.
No, you said no. He told us.
Oh,
I'll tell you, it's really cool.
Hold on.
When you're outside of the Target Field where the Twins play, they got big, what do you call it, bronze statue of like Harmon Killebrew, Kirby Puckett.
Yeah.
I think there's one up there of Terry Taylor. I think there's one up there of Charlie Wilson.
Yeah. Quick question, Dan. Would you rather go to a Braves game with Marty or a Twins game with John?
Twins. Danny,
At least the Braves are good.
Believe it or not, I've been thinking the exact same thing you're thinking. John is going to be with us again in the month of January live. I think that is a must. I think Quincy joining us.
I would like to get drunk with Marty
immortal.
Jannetty and then just fucking start biting on his fucking neck.
You're that angry that you're going to turn into a berserker vampire.
No, I just thought I'd give him a hard time a little bit.
Well, we miss Marty. If Marty is watching this wherever me be.
Marty,
where are you? We
Marty,
need you
I miss
back,
you, bro.
Marty,
I miss you, bro.
Marty, I love you like a brother. My phone number is 612-552-8702.
Baby.
Baby cake.
Now, whose number was that you just gave out?
My own.
No, it wasn't.
You know what?
Yes, it is.
Why would you give out your phone number?
Because I don't give a shit.
Marty did it.
Marty did it once, but he was either high or drunk.
No, I give it out. I gave you a call here.
You know what? Special treat for the fans. I don't want to make you feel bad. Dan Marani's phone number is 781.
Seriously, Dan, listen, it really don't bother me at all.
715.
Because I know how to handle them and get it off to end it quick. Doesn't matter.
Well, if the phone starts blazing, dear God.
Well, obviously it ain't gonna.
I would love
I don't think Jannetty's watching. You know why?
I don't think
he's
he has
looking
the
for that
internet or
guy in the
home.
river right now. He's
Chattahoochee.
underneath.
We talk a great deal about the Chattahoochee. Ibzan,
Do you mind?
Tell us what the question is,
Here. Hold on. He's never heard. Here's what we're going to start singing for Marty. Watch. You'll love it.
Ibzan, tell us, brother.
Ode to Billy Joe. Bobby Gentry.
If enough people donate $50 to Super Chat, you get Dan Marani's phone number tonight.
No.
Okay, watch this, you guys.
Come on, guys.
Hey, you guys.
Ibzan.
What I do?
God only knows.
You got to put up your mic though, so people can hear it. So you get the. Okay, so skip that right there.
Well, we're worried about the copyright, so don't play it too loud. Don't put it up.
Now here it is. Now listen.
All right, what is it?
What's this ode to Billy Joe?
Just what?
I'm a little far away to watch, John. It's about an inch and a
She
half.
was beautiful. Listen though.
She's a beautiful girl.
Tallahatchie Bridge. Listen.
Take live calls. That'd be great.
June.
That would be a cool idea. Live calls on the show.
We need to come up with one of those. Like I think John C. said, we need a phantom phone number or something.
We could do something like that, I think.
Maybe when he's here in January.
Come on, hurry up.
It's not exactly Herman's Hermits.
Okay, ready? Listen. The day Marty Jannetty jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Right over the Chattahoochee.
It was the day Marty Jannetty jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
He's insane. He can't be bored ever.
Who?
Marty. He's not allowed. He can't be bored.
He's addicted to chaos.
Yeah, he is.
And
That should be his story.
Me though, I wish I could get drunk with the fucker right now because I would just start like pulling the back of his hair and shit and like going. But he's
pinched
fun.
me.
I like him.
He greeted me one time. He pinched me underneath the arm, and it was bruised for 3 or 4 days. He kept pinching people.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I act like I fucking would not like him or some shit. I see him, you know. I love that. I love that dude. But
He's a likable guy. He's like a puppy. You can't stay mad at him.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
John has some interesting theories on the Chattahoochee murder.
Like what?
Like it ain't fucking true.
I don't think it happened. Do I think someone tried to molest Marty? Well, Marty was a cute kid, maybe.
No,
No,
nobody fucking. He did it. He did it. So people talk, and sometimes you say stories like that just to get attention.
Yeah.
You
that's
know,
true.
it don't have to be nothing to do with wrestling. And by the way, if a guy goes missing, guess what? The cops get involved and keep going until they find out where the fuck he is.
But my thing is,
And they would drag the fucking river.
it's been 50 years though since.
No, I'm
Chattahoochee.
talking about the day the guy disappeared.
He's saying if it would have happened, they would have found him.
No,
Ibzan, I'm still waiting, brother.
no, listen.
Okay, yes,
After a day or two he's missing, they go looking for him. You think they're just gonna go, oh, well, he'll show up someday?
But if
Hell no.
if he was just some random vagabond child molester,
No, it was
He was a
that is
professional.
no, that is absolutely against the United
Well,
States
then I wouldn't call
Constitution.
myself that.
That is somebody. No, you still get murder charge if you murder the guy. Just because he's a vagabond don't mean nothing. Here's the thing. I know Marty, and I can tell you guys it's not fucking true.
Oh, I don't think it's true either.
So can we get off that fucking subject?
keep
I'm
on.
gonna kill Jannetty. I hope you're on here, Jannetty.
You're gonna throw him in the chair.
I'm gonna waste you.
Marty, I love you. I hope
hold
you're
on.
doing well.
He's asked so many times. I'm sorry, Ibzan. Why did your WrestleMania 8 match versus the Bulldog get pulled after being heavily promoted?
Son of a bitch, good question. I'll tell you what happened. Some guy came running up to us and goes, we're out of time, we're out of time. But the good news was this, we each got paid 20 grand.
For not
Really?
even working.
Wow. Do you like the
Hey,
Bulldog?
That's not a.
He's a great guy.
Was that your best payday with Vince?
No, my best payday was
Wembley?
Wembley. And my second best payday is when I won that Battle Royale.
The 40-man battle
The
royal?
40-man Battle Royale. I was so freaking hungover. Charlie Wilson, you listen to me?
I'm listening to you.
I was so fucking hungover, Dano. You listening?
I'm listening, John.
I was
please.
so fucking hungover on that Battle Royale. I couldn't even hardly fucking remember what to do. I was like fuzzy running into guys. I get fucked up to finish. You know,
And what'd
all
you
that.
get for a payday for that one?
I got 25,000.
Wow.
And that was just a regular TV.
That was
tape.
just a regular TV.
That wasn't
match.
an arena. That wasn't a stadium.
You know what? I think they knew I think they had plans, but they wanted to keep me happy because obviously they were paying me shit a little bit.
Yeah, what was Wembley? What, even though you weren't on the pay-per-view for that one either.
Which one?
Wembley.
Wembley?
You and Tatanka, right?
Yeah, we wrestled me and Tatanka, right? What did I get?
Yeah, do you remember? The biggest
I think
payoff?
I got 22.
Oh, so the Battle Royal was your biggest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Ain't that crazy? A regular house match?
I think
It's really crazy.
Fuck, that's like
I
half.
think they fucked
That's
up,
like
to be
half
honest.
the income. I think that's what I said. That's what I said. I said I think the fucking guy put a 2 in front of the 5.
Or they just added an extra 0 by mistake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
0, right?
Yeah.
But good for you.
And
if
you
they
know what
did.
I did? You know what I did when
What'd
I
you do?
got that fucking check? It was Titan Sports. I went right down to this check cashing place. I
Whoa.
didn't put it in the fucking account because I knew they might stop payment. I was scared. So I fucking cashed it. I was sitting around and I was fucking waiting for that phone to ring. John, you got that check out? We put the wrong amount. I fucking gave my wife them hundreds, you know, fucking 250.
Well, wrestling fans, if you love wrestling talk like this, the great news is John is going to be joining us Thursday nights for Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday, when we go talking about not just the good, but the great old days of professional wrestling.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be having a lot of fun. Hopefully Marty will be back with Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty sooner than later, but the Indiegogo campaign is active as we speak. It's up to you how quick Marty comes back. Of course, every Friday night after we spend Thursdays with John, it's John Cena Sr.'s Fabulous Fridays.
Hey, in honor of Percy,
All right.
now let me tell you something. Some things you just gotta talk about. We have talked about the craziest shit. You're gonna hear the craziest shit you've ever heard in your life. And Diamond Dallas, that's like a walk in the fucking park compared to what you're gonna fucking hear. Like this fucking guy, I ain't gonna say it. It's fucking, I want to fucking kill him. Wait till you hear about this fucking, I'll say 4 letters. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. It came up towards the end, right?
Well, why don't you let me talk about them?
Well, we don't want to spoil what we already taped for the fans at home
We
now.
ain't gonna spoil. I'll only give them a taste of
Give
it.
them a taste.
Okay, here you go. Guess what? You know the Haku thing about being the toughest and being the second toughest, Harley? You're fucking wrong on both. Not the fans, but the wrestlers. Listen, I got in a real fight with Haku in Japan, and I kicked his ass. Let me tell you something. Pulling an eye out in a bar or beating someone's ass, punching someone out in a bar does not count. Stop the Haku shit.
Stop the madness.
It doesn't fucking count. And that's only half of it. I'll tell you the other half why it don't count, about how bad he got his ass kicked. Now, you can see me personally about it if you got a problem with it. One time he told me he woke up with, whether he was at home, this is a true story. He woke up with his wife and he had the sheets and they were up his ass, you know, and then he had to pull them and then there was a big brown stain.
Haku
I
had
thought
sheets
that
up
was
his ass?
Yeah, Haku got it all caught up
I thought it
there.
might have been Dusty's muffler. That's all right.
No, Dusty's long gone. You know what
No,
happened?
Dusty.
But I gotta tell you, and I'm just tired about Haku. I'm telling you.
You've had
I
it.
know what I'm fucking talking about. Do you know how fast Rick Rude would punch Haku out? Faster than you could ever believe.
So you're saying that
Do you know how fast Kevin Kelly nails could beat him up in the day? Do you know how fast fucking there's a lot of guys? I would take Hawk.
Over Haku, really?
I would. I fought Haku and beat him. He knows that. Haku knows that. If he didn't know it, it'd be a different story. If I was lying, it'd be a different story.
Is he the
But when
toughest?
he hears this, then he's gonna fucking drop his head.
So, quick question,
Why?
John. Was he the toughest Samoan guy?
No, I would say yeah, because the only other Samoans were Barb and I mean the Rock Samoan.
Rock is half Samoan. Rocky's half.
So
black, half
Rock,
Samoan.
I'd take the Rock.
Barbarian was supposed to be a badass. Where would you
He
rank
was,
him?
but he wasn't. No, see, now there you go. He was soft.
Haku
You
or
grabbed onto
Barbarian?
him and he was like that. You grabbed onto some people, they're like this.
Mhm.
See? It's a difference. But Nails would have Nails won the Minnesota Tough Man contest. I think that's saying quite a bit right there. That's how Hogan became friends with him. He started some guy invited him to a Minnesota Tough Man contest. He seen this fucking guy, Kevin Kelly, and he started just punching the shit out of everybody, killing everyone immediately.
I think Hogan was tough. Tougher than people think he was.
No,
No,
that's John.
I think
don't
Hogan.
so.
No, he got his. Okay, tough.
No.
If you beat someone up and they come back, is that person tough?
Nope. I don't think Hogan was tough.
Hogan
I
had his
think
leg broken
fucking-
and came back in training. That's tough. To me, it's tough. If you get your ass kicked and you can come back for more punishment, that's pretty tough, isn't it?
Well,
Dan?
that's
Well, he was
tough. Yeah, I
abused
know
more
what you
than-
mean, Charlie Wilson.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
But listen,
Tell him, John.
fuck it, I'm trying to explain. Listen,
Okay.
he did two things: this and drop the leg. Ooh, is that hard? Fuck. No wonder you're all beat up. You got a callus on your thigh from your guitar. Oh, that hurts
He
too.
had a hip replacement from the dog.
Yeah, from dropping the leg.
Yeah.
I took more fucking bumps in one match than he did his whole life. You guys don't get it. I'm telling you the fucking truth.
I'm not.
I think
I'm not
Bret-
disputing it.
Bret
John.
Hart might have sore ribs still from that.
Oh,
show,
Bret
but-
Hart is a fucking pussy. I'm telling you, Bret, I hope you're watching. I hope somebody's watching because you are a fucking pussy. Honest to God, you go around telling everybody you're fucking Kurt Hennig's best friend, that you and him would have your greatest match ever. What a fucking mark.
I believe said he was good friends with Rude as well.
Yeah, he's absolutely delusional.
Well.
I remember he came up to me again and he goes, I can't do it. I'm walking, I'm in the grocery store and on all the magazines, I'm on the cover. I'm going, oh, I'm so fucking proud of you, you fuck face.
Oh my God!
And anyways, let me finish now. This fucker goes on, and the guy's a little fucking troll. Have you ever met him? The fucking guy's not an amateur wrestler. He's not. He's got a good gimmick, and he took it to the match,
Who was?
and he's over.
Who was?
Bret.
Bret was an amateur wrestler.
He was, but he wasn't very good.
Maybe in Calgary he was good. Maybe in Calgary.
I think
He won the city championship,
John.
Okay.
but that don't mean shit.
Okay.
That's a joke. That's Canada, first of all. Canada don't got shit for wrestlers. When's the last time they won a fucking gold medal in Canada? They don't exist. Go to Minnesota heavyweights, then you find out. You get it? Brock Lesnar. See what I'm saying? So anyways,
Shelton Benjamin.
huh?
Shelton Benjamin was.
On and on and on. We're forgetting about five of
Well, he
them.
was in South Carolina.
Have you heard of Cole Conrad?
I've heard of
Cole Conrad won a tough man for $100,000. It was a tough man, like a mini tough man for $100,000. He just smoked everybody. He probably would smoke Brock. Seriously.
Well, hold on, Berzerker. Have you been to Battle Lake, Michigan? No, I'm sorry, Battle Lake, Minnesota.
Yes, I have. Steve Carr lives there.
Steve Carl.
Carr.
C-A-R-R.
Steve Carr was one of the best high school wrestlers ever. C-A-R-R.
All right, Ryan. Yes, he has been to Battle Lake, Minnesota. It's got a cool name. I know that. Battle Lake.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sounds
they
like a
got
good
more.
place for a house.
Tell
show.
them they got more what are them flies on the cabins? They ask them what are the name of them flies on the cabins.
Ryan, what are the names of the flies on the cabins? They have special flies?
Yeah, they're all over the fucking place.
Really?
Watch.
All right. Well, wrestling fans, let me double check the 8x10 sales are a great disappointment. We needed you guys to help the toy drive. I know we're having fun talking wrestling with John, and we got John C in the booth, and we got Charlie Wilson here, and we got Phil out in Worcester. I'm sure very happy wherever he is, smiling.
Well,
I'm having a great
wait,
time, though.
I stand corrected. I think we've sold a couple.
I'm having a great time myself, though. I hope
this is great. You know why? The truth. Marty, you're a fucking liar.
You don't trust him anymore.
No, I'm telling you, the fucking guy's a liar. Any guy that acts like that and acts out and gets that drunk and blacks out and fucks up everything, you don't think he lies?
Marty and I, this is the one thing he's always telling me about. I ask Marty every time, who's the best wrestler you ever saw? He says the same name every time. I've asked him 3 times. He says the same name. Mr. Perfect. He says,
well, he's the best.
Yeah.
I think also he's the best pro wrestler.
See, him and I were talking. I said Savage. All
oh
over.
my God! Don't say that. I'll throw up.
Right?
Charlie, you just fucked it up. Now.
What?
John C, can you help me for a second, John
Just
C?
get the fuck out of here. Go. You're done.
I'm good.
Ryan, make a donation now,
Hey,
brother.
fucker, you're so not true. Because he runs around with his ass cheeks almost hanging out of his trunk.
This one,
and he
this one,
starts
and that
crying because he
one. The
lives a
3
bitch
pictures
is no longer
autographed. Can you organize them?
and he goes, oh
Some
yeah.
got 3 of them.
He wrestled in Japan. I seen Randy Savage.
Yes. it is.
Dano.
Yes.
I seen Randy Savage in Japan.
Yeah.
We wrestled at the Sumo Palace. He flew him. They flew him in. I wrestled.
Hold on one second.
I wrestled. I was third.
We're live right now on the air. Is this urgent right now? If you knew what I'm in, I have a blue Christmas tree looking shirt
Yeah,
on.
you got to listen to
John
Charlie.
Lloyd's getting pissed.
I love
We're
Big
doing
Savage.
autograph
Hey, who is that?
It's one of Goofy's stepchildren.
Will you stop calling? You're driving me crazy.
You have no idea what you're witnessing right now, or maybe you are. I don't know.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
You're on right now. Yes, you have no idea. You're on speaker.
You're
right now,
on
yes.
speaker, honey.
Okay, I'll call you back.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
I love
Who's
you.
that, the bro?
So let me tell
You're
you.
welcome.
In
Tell us,
Japan,
John. All right.
you guys know that Japan's a different deal,
It's
right?
the real deal.
It's a real deal.
Yeah.
You got to be a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see guys like Bret Hart in Japan.
We
You
went
see what I'm
looking for
saying?
He was there
magazine
for a little bit.
No, you're stop.
Okay.
Fucking, I'm talking regular. They want you.
Okay.
Like
Dynamite Kid.
Dynamite Kid would have been great over there. He was before me. On and on. But what was I just gonna say?
Japan.
Japan. But who?
Randy.
We were over in Japan at the Sumo Palace. So let me say this. They beat the fuck out of Randy Savage so bad. And you know what they did with his hat?
What?
They ripped it in half and wiped their ass with it.
They wiped their hat with Randy's hat.
They wiped their ass with his hat.
Who's they? Who specific?
The jab.
What is he saying?
Specifically,
Oh,
which Japanese person?
It
What is
was
it that you need?
Was it New Japan?
no, it was Baba.
I have it right here.
Did Baba wipe his ass with the Randy?
No, it wasn't Baba.
Can you
Baba
have
wasn't
him
tough enough. He
sign
was
those
getting
3?
old. But it was
We're waiting to hear back from
well,
Derek.
Tenru was a good friend of mine.
Derek,
Oh, okay.
if you can
Tenru
hear
was
us,
a really
Derek,
good
let me
friend
know
of
if you're
mine.
looking for
And actually, he
personalization.
complimented me. He wanted one
John
guy
C.
to
just
run
left.
his
I mean,
company.
Where'd he
Mhm.
go?
He started a company with an eyeglass guy that was rich.
Yeah, in like 90 or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
And he picked me of all the wrestlers and really made me feel good because I sold for him.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I just hate seeing these disillusioned fucking guys on these wrestlers.
2.
I really
3.
do. Bill Goldberg, I see him talking to his son. Go, you gotta give it your all. Goldberg, it's a fucking work, you dumb shit. And then what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
No, yeah,
How about telling your fucking son it's not real?
John, could you sign those 3? Maybe give him the blue pen. For
Yeah,
the light
to
one?
anybody.
They didn't send along a request, so maybe just sign them
Derek,
now. And
here,
then if
just
they,
the signatures.
But hold on. Just signatures. Okay.
Hold on. The blue
That one?
for the white one.
You
here.
sure?
Yeah.
Rick B, can you?
Don't make me
have
come
them do
at
the-
you.
Charlie, help, please.
What do you want to do?
I got a call.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Well, we may be going live on the phone sooner than later, folks. Hey, Don the Barber, how are you, brother? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. Happy holidays. What super chats
I
did
don't
I
know what
miss?
this-
Miss
I think that was
about
better
a
on
slick
there.
Rick B.
You know what?
My
Try to
brain
do
is in a
it
different
right
place.
There.
Well,
maybe-
I think this would be.
Did we get any
great.
calls or no?
Yeah. So.
Oh, we did. What did they
I'd
say?
So. Try that one.
Look at this. That's beautiful.
I think
Guys,
that's
if
good.
you want to come through on the air, send us a super chat to say hello to John Nord. Please. Remember, it is the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. As in, you know what? We're trying to raise money for the toy drive. Oh, boy, that's a treat and a half, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Special thanks to a great friend, John. We'd like to say thanks to Derek Langley.
They just kind of called him goofy.
That's a great picture of you. I
Who?
think. This
Is
one.
it?
Yeah. What year is that? You think 80, 86?
Rick B,
That
if you could
is-
help navigate, or maybe, see, you can't highlight. I keep getting distracted because
Okay.
I'm getting messages and
What do you think of what was your best shape, your best prime? What time?
Prime.
Yeah. Best shape you're in.
That one that I showed you.
Oh, with Jake. But as a
No,
worker,
No, this one here, I was in such good shape that
he's showing the
John
picture.
Nord and
again.
Jake Roberts.
Did he sign those
photos
3
made
pictures,
out.
Charlie?
he did. Yes,
So
sir.
if you could hand those to me.
They're
so I don't get
signed
them.
perfectly.
Well, everything you do is perfect, John.
I am quite perfect.
And we're not talking about Kurt.
I ain't talking about Mr. Perfect. I'll tell you the best video.
He's
You guys got to watch our video, me and Jake. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
This is the first fucking video ever made. You got to watch it.
Okay. So hold on.
Hang on, yeah, fucking,
Oh, that's Joel Watts and Jim Ross.
yeah. I can't get them off. Can I?
Hold on. Oh, it's using the full screen. Hold on. Try to do this.
Watch this.
Rat.
Yeah, watch this. Watch this. I mean, fucking, I'm strong.
Yeah, oh wow. Jake had no body. And you had all.
Look how
Chris, is
young
there
we were.
anyone in particular you're looking for, buddy? I guess the answer is yes, but definitely it's not on eBay. If you see what we're going to have as part of the Cyber Toy Drive raffle Sunday night, all of those will probably have duplicates.
So
of
what
it.
are you up here? About 280? 290?
I'll do about 285.
Okay. At
But
6'7"?
guys, are you
But I
ready for
was
John
benching
Nord every
505.
Thursday night?
How much are you
John
benching?
C, you're ready
505.
for him every Thursday.
What gym did you
night.
guys go down to? That was there golds down there?
What do you think
in
about the
Louisiana?
Rustani
Yeah, or
Nord
World-
Some
combo?
fucking white one.
Is the
smelled
world
like
ready?
crushed. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a decent gym.
Guys,
I don't know,
again,
you know, Louisiana
the Paul
gym,
Bearer
back
Holiday
then, you're
Headlock
talking
Toy
a different
Drive.
time.
People don't
Donate,
Louisiana now is a lot more
donate,
modern than it was back in
donate,
1985.
Oh,
donate.
God, way
Donate.
more. They
Yeah.
finally
Come on.
caught up.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you.
You got
Well, why?
WrestleMania every few years now.
You know, I love Jake's
What was that?
fucking arm. That right there.
I have not a
That
clue.
fucking hurt me.
I don't
I
understand
jumped
anything
as
what's
far as
happening
I
right
could
now.
jump.
This is like
Thank
a
God
dream
he got
I
out of
can't
those
wake up
fucking gym
from.
pants. They did not do any favors.
Was there any seepage?
Oh,
Jake, he had those. He didn't have a body. I think the body maybe hurt him a little bit.
those pants?
Yeah.
I think they look all right. Look at
Oh,
all
that
that. Oh,
fucking
that
crazy.
one I fucking nailed him.
Yeah.
That guy fucking had a body nose. I ain't not proud of that either.
You potatoed him.
Oh,
The
God.
almost over, almost. The torch is almost over.
How long were you working at this point?
Huh?
How long were you wrestling at this point? How many years were you in wrestling at this point?
I was in 6 months. Then I went to Louisiana.
Okay, so you're like a year here, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck,
Well,
I
whatever
just,
it was you
just
guys
really
watched sounded great.
Well, I love Rats. So
You love rats?
You like Rat?
Rats a great band. My favorite band of the '80s. Fucking.
On Northern Jake Roberts photos in itself.
What did they say?
Oh, shut up.
Who was supposed to stick what up their ass?
Snake.
Who, me or John?
Well, I think you're supposed to be his ass.
Whose ass?
John's.
John's ass.
You mean a picture of my ass?
No, somebody said something about putting a snake there.
Well, I'm gonna start kissing ass.
Oh, it's Jake Jr.
I've never seen that before.
Is that Marty?
No.
Oh, sounds like Marty.
What's his fucking name?
You know, you look a little bit like. Have you seen Rick Steiner's son, Braun Breaker? He's out there next to Rick Steiner's boy. He looks really good.
I heard he does.
He looks awesome.
Wayne Boone's kid looks okay too.
Yeah, Von Wagner. Yeah, I just saw him.
Not Von Johnson.
Yeah, he just wrestled O'Reilly, and he looks like twice O'Reilly's size.
All right, guy. Rick B, did we miss? Oh, Super
Chat questions. Is he a Vikings fan? And who in the business did sexual favors to get ahead? 2 questions.
Who am I?
Do you like the Vikings?
Okay, one. I'm a die-hard Vikings fan. Go Vikings! I love the Vikings. They've hurt my heart for 62 years. It's been brutal, but I ain't gonna give up. They won 4 NFC championship titles. They just didn't win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And what's the other question?
Who in the business did sexual favors to get ahead? You mentioned.
I would guess perhaps,
I feel like this answer.
Steve Lombardi,
Okay.
the Brooklyn Brawler.
He knew a little bit about the art of fellatio.
Well, everyone knows about the art of fellatio.
I want to say it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm 50-50 on this.
They
And
might
I
have been too.
might have people mad, but I don't care. Shawn Michaels.
I think it could be more than 50-50. But
Shawn Michaels, he's turned his life around, and I'm proud of him. I'm not. He's a
he
better
turned
man
himself
than me.
around.
Yeah, I got Mel. He was a toe sucker. I'm sure a lot of others got sucked too.
Yeah. Probably.
You got who else you got?
Do you think Bret Hart did some favors to get the belt?
No, but here's what Bret Hart that everybody fucking forgets. Now let me tell you, Stu Hart sold his whole company to Vince.
Yes.
Okay, in that contract, Vince had to take care of Bret, Jim, and Owen. And
No,
in
not
the
Owen.
contract,
Not Owen.
No, it was Bret,
It was
Jim,
the Bulldogs
and the Bulldogs.
Neidhart and Brett.
Yeah.
well, it was Owen too. Okay,
No,
because
I don't think, I think
he
he was an elementary.
I'm going to
school.
tell you something. He would not have left Owen out.
I think Owen was too young.
That
at
might have been later
point.
on. That might have been.
No, I'm saying that don't mean he ain't going to become one.
Because Brett said he got Owen in there in his book. I read Brett's book.
Okay, well, Brett don't always tell the fucking truth.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm
Inside-
telling you, his fucking dad made it in clear lines that Brett had to win at least a certain belt. I don't know which one, but that is a fucking fact. And I'll tell you who I heard it from was Davey Boy. Davey Boy was an honest dude, and he told me shit when we'd sit at a table and get high together, and all kinds of shit would come out of his mouth. And he told me the way it was. He was in on that deal, and he knew. I know you guys. I know Bret Hart's done great. And I used to travel with him all the time. I could make him laugh his ass off. But guess what? He fucked me over in a match.
This kills my heart as a big Bret Hart fan. Dan knows it too. As the big Bret Hart fan I am, I'm
Well, then you're gonna have
John
to get
Glenn is
over it.
giving you the real story.
I'll
Yeah,
get over it
yeah.
because here's what happened. The fucking bell rings. I'm supposed to beat the shit out of him for 3-4 minutes, and then then I miss something, then he gets me in the sharpshooter and I lose. 20 seconds goes by and he says, we're supposed to go home. We're supposed to finish. So I go, oh, okay. That's why the office, I guess they like me because I always did exactly what the office said. So I did what they said. And sure enough, it fucking dawned on me, he fucked me. And I haven't seen him since. I've seen him one time and he avoided me. He fucking went in the other elevator. It was at a signing in 2009. And I went in at one elevator, but not that he didn't do a great job. He did. It's just, you got to understand. If you fucking got guys, I know you like guys, Charlie, your side, right?
Yeah,
I like guys my side.
I like the bigger guys too.
But
Thank you, Don.
all right, I'm gonna.
Don, this might be a personal.
Oh, he
question
wanted to do a huss
from
too.
our
So
friend Don. Actually, yeah. Would you mind doing a little huss for Ribs on?
Huss, huss, huss.
Don the Barber wants to know, how big is Virgil's cock? I've heard it's
Put
large.
it this way, and this is a true story. He had me in a headlock, and I took my hand and I put it on his thigh to
it
throw him
wasn't his
into the
thigh, no.
ropes, and his cock was all the way down, halfway down his leg, and I went, ah! And I just threw him with one hand.
Instead of huss, you went, ah.
Yeah, I went.
It's like an amusement park ride.
Yeah, no, yeah, it hung, and Mike Jones, fucking Virgil, whatever
And he's
you
a real
wanna
pain
call
in
him.
the ass, to be honest.
Fucking Virgil made more
Fuck 'em.
money. Fucking, you talk about a fucking free money. God,
he loves that
I
fuck
worked
money.
my ass off. Kurt Hennig worked his ass off for his money. Barry Darso worked his ass off. Rude didn't work that hard.
And he was willing to
Rude didn't
work
work
off
that
an
hard?
ass.
Not really.
Why? How
Well,
so?
he did. Did you see him take a lot of bumps?
He took some bumps.
Well, yeah, but his legs were like toothpicks.
Well, he used to do I like the way he sold atomic drops and he would do a little dance. I thought that was funny.
Well, that's funny, but it ain't hard.
Yeah, it's not hard. You're right.
But I'm just, I'm loud, Charlie, but don't take it personal. But listen, I know Rick. I got in fights with him in high school, everything. I know his dad. I grew up. I know Rick. He's a tough guy unless he runs into a wrestler that will take him down and punch him in the face.
I have a question about Rick Rude. Actually, I heard this. Raven supposedly said that him and Rick Rude were at a bar in England, and they met two girls, and the bartender told them that they had gotten the, quote, lopped off, and they were transgenders, and they were going to take two transgenders home. That's what he said. He said they didn't take him home. He said he liked
sounds
Rude.
like something Scotty the Body had said.
Yeah, he said he liked Rude. He wasn't great friends with him, but he liked him.
Rick's hard to get close to. But one thing, I think me and Rick kind of were like two dogs fucking drawing our lines so we didn't go at it with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really do think it's a lot like that.
All right, folks. Sorry to interrupt you, John. We got about 3 minutes, folks. Last chance to get a picture or a super chat donation in to try and help the toy drive. We appreciate John being here. He's going to sign a few of the pictures left over. The rest we're going to save for January and some books. Anything you could do would help. You got, like I said, literally 3 minutes. We're going to go off the air at about 10 of. John C. Manicus Riley is furious right now. John, did you get your jacket back from Raven?
Who?
Raven
Raven?
take your jacket?
How did he know about that?
I don't know.
Are you talking about the gym jacket, the gray one?
I don't know how many coats one man
I
can take
gave
from
him
another.
one jacket. I gave it to him in 1989. That's unbelievable. He must know Raven.
Either that or he knows his jackets.
The jacket I want back, it's worth big money.
What is
It's
it?
a
is it really?
3X. It's the gym. And it's the one that my buddy Jim Younger started, but also the Road Warriors.
Okay.
So it was the gym in Minnesota. All the wrestlers worked out there.
Oh, wow.
Do you have a Ribera Steakhouse jacket, John?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
What happened to it?
I lost it in my travels.
No. That's a good
But
one.
Brody had one. I still Barbara.
Is it true Eric Bischoff paid you 150 grand to sit home?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you didn't exactly sit home.
Yes.
Well,
Pretty damn close.
didn't work much.
Yeah.
It was a light schedule compared to Vince.
It might have been hard for some guys, you know. You do it 10 times, but it feels like nothing, you know.
Right.
It was an absolute joke. And not Eric Bischoff, Ted Turner gave me.
Any bukkake parties happen backstage in WWF?
What?
Am I saying that right, Charlie? Bukkake?
Yeah, that'd be more your thing.
Sorry,
A
I'm sorry. if I
bukkake
said
No,
some shit
it's
about
fine.
you.
No, it's fine.
But you know
I
what?
love it.
I got put between me. I'm like the softest, hardest guy.
No, I could tell.
ever.
I love it. I think it's
do it.
hilarious.
I do it.
I don't
I just
understand
want
it.
to be different.
I got you.
Don't give a fuck.
No, it's
I wanna
fine.
tell the truth.
Do you know anything about bukkake parties?
You know what that is?
No.
It's soup.
It's soup?
Yeah.
Were there any soup parties?
Well, no, it's soup, and it's made out of rice, seashells, and boards that you shave off from your house. And it seems to taste good. A little old paint with lead in it. And then you eat it.
I think it's people, if they watch
That's
this
why
long
it's
enough,
called
may think we're on
bukkake.
paint. But all right, wrestling fans, it's about that time. We have to, as we like to say, we'll say goodbye, but don't you cry. Thursday night at 10 p.m.
Turn out the
It's the
lights.
official debut of Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursdays with the Berzerker John Nord. Hopefully, we'll have Marty Jannetty back with us for season 2 of Party with Marty. sooner
Listen,
than
you
later.
guys, I want to say something. I appreciate you guys so much. I know I'm loud and I say shit like he's a piece of shit and all that. I don't mean it bad. You know
Yeah,
what?
you mean it
I
nice.
wrestled for 30 years and I mean for 18 years, but I worked for 30. And I just want to say it's still about you guys. If it wasn't the fans, none of this would be possible. So we need you. Paul Bear Drive needs you. And that's just how it is. We need you guys to donate. Thank you.
We got one more quick one, John. How big is Big Show's thingy? I don't know if you were looking. but
Put it this way. My eyes didn't exactly stare at it as he walked by. But I'll tell you what happened to me once. Now listen.
we're listening.
I started chopping a guy. I threw him into the ropes. I leapfrogged him, and everybody knows I can jump straight 7 feet in the air. Not really. But it's just that fucker didn't get low enough. Well, you know what happened? You know what happened? My nuts hit his forehead right here. Then you know what happened? My nuts came around and hit me in the back of the head, knocked me out cold.
Someone asked, by the way, do you miss Sid?
Do I miss Sid?
Yeah, Sid Vicious.
Sid
He's
Vicious?
still alive, so I guess it's possible.
Sid
to see
is
him.
actually a decent guy. He can be a real dildo, but Sid, you just put up with, and he laughs the way we do. Sid, does he deserve to get knocked out? Yes,
For
every
what?
day,
Okay.
just for being Sid.
Okay.
He was like the kid that grew up with no dad in the apartment and his mom, and he don't have no guy manners or nothing and all that shit. So he's probably gotten through that, but
So he's like the dog with no dog manners. He just does whatever he.
he just says like, my grandpa's got a shirt like that.
What is wrong with
All right, well, guys, we're running out. One more from the Peanut Gallery, John. Where is the sword that you stabbed Undertaker with?
My kids got it. They will not release it. Well, here's what happened, and I'm being truthful. We got divorced. My wife is a saver. She's got everything in boxes, right? I got shit over there that I got the Bruiser Brody contract, John Nord contract. I got my boots that I got offered $6,250. I ain't gonna tell you about what I found about you. And the sword, I still have the sword. I didn't even know I had it till 2 months ago. So I do not have the fur vest. I do not have the hat.
Do you know where they went?
I don't know where they went.
Oh, so the former Mrs. Nord
They
still may have them.
might be down at my cousin's house. I found the last doll of the Remco doll. It was a 1985
Oh, wow.
Remco.
That's a real collectible.
Yeah, I found that, but I sold it too cheap. I sold for $400.
You could have got more than that. All right, wrestling fans, I hate to say it. If you want more of John Nord,
I love you guys!
Thursday night at 10, and then he's going to be back with us live in January. So we got a lot to look forward to for John C. Manicus Riley, who is a monster help today, for CW Charlie Wilson. Oh, look at that.
Charlie Wilson.
Well, they look like Dana Brooke
He's
and
got some
Mandy
pipes.
Rose doing the
little young buck dance.
the Young Buck dance. All right, guys, if you wanted 3 hours, you got to learn how to do the super chat more or get more autograph photos. Then we'll stay all night. But we appreciate everything you have done. We will see you Thursday night at 10.
Thanks, you guys.
John Manicus, send us the go home with the clap, baby.
Thanks, you guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Hey, you know what?